Hey guys, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. If you're on Instagram, you may see other board gamers posting shelfies, basically selfies or pictures of their board game collection. Board games, in my opinion, can be categorized in one of three ways: casual, gateway, and hardcore. Not all games are designed to be for the same target audience, and I thought a good video for today would be to share my top 5 casual games that are in my collection. My definition of casual games are ones that are light on strategy, very quick to learn, and good for people who don't typically play board games. In no particular order, the first game that we'll look at is Suro by Calliope. It was released in 2004, and Suro is a competitive tile placing game where you are a dragon trying to stay flying for as long as possible against other dragons. Players take turns placing tiles which have routes that they must follow, and the player that stays flying the longest without flying off the board or crashing into other dragons wins. The reason why I like it is because it is a very simple concept of just laying down a tile and then following the route that's listed on there. There are also very few components, basically your dragon piece, the tiles, and the board. And because of this, it is incredibly easy to set up. Literally place a board, pick a dragon, and shuffle the tiles and give each player 3 tiles. A fair price for Suro will range anywhere between $25 and $32 Canadian. Next we have Bears vs. Babies, which is self-published by Matthew Inman, the artist behind the Oatmeal comics. This game was released in 2017 and is a hand management and set collection game with a take that mechanic where players create armies of monstrous bears to combat evil babies. Each turn, players either acquire parts or puts together a monstrous bear and try to beat other players from defeating babies. If you're a fan of Matthew Inman's style of comic art, you'll love this game. Bears vs. Babies follows the same wacky in-your-face style. The rules and concept is also very easy to grasp as a casual game. And as you can see, the humor is top-notch. As we can see here, we have a velociraptor with one bat arm, a lobster claw in the other, and it's carrying a knife cat who is also a taco. And it'll be facing against a fat kayak baby, a scary hair baby, and intergalactic poo baby. What is unique about this game is that, as you can see, the box is all furry. A word of warning though, the concept of the game is about defeating babies, and there may be some sensitive people that may be offended by this kind of humor. Fair prices for the game range between $36 and $40 Canadian. Our third casual game is called Epic Spell Wars. The full name of my version is Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards, Duel at Mount Skullfires. The publisher is Cryptozoic, and it was initially released in 2012. This is another dice rolling, hand management game with a take that mechanic where players are powerful wizards that fight each other to become the ultimate battle wizard. Players take up to 3 unique spell components to form a spell, which they unleash against their opponents. The last player standing wins. You'll like this game because it has art style reminiscent of Rick and Morty, and it has very simple steps of gameplay, basically drawing cards, picking the right cards and forming a spell, and unleashing it against your opponents. What is unique about this game is that it has a good death or loss mechanic, where players that lose early gain a card, as you can see in the bottom left, that gives them an advantage in the next match, making it easier for them to possibly win next time. What players may not like about this game is that while a big part of the game is derived from the strategy of the assembling of spells, part of a player's success will come from lucky dice rolls. Fair prices for this game will be around $27 Canadian. The fourth casual game that I'd recommend is called 5 Minute Dungeon, the publisher being Wiggles 3D and released in 2017. 5 Minute Dungeon is a fully cooperative, fantasy-based game where players utilize hand management and unique powers to defeat all the monsters in a dungeon within 5 real-time minutes. Players will simultaneously work together to defeat people, monsters, and obstacles as quickly as possible to reach the end boss. I like this game because it's an all or nothing proposition. Either everyone wins or everyone loses. It literally takes 5 minutes to play a match, and due to the time constraints, there is a sense of urgency and a greater sense of satisfaction when the group wins. What is unique about this game is that there is a free phone app that you can put onto your phone, which introduces the game and keeps track of time for the players. The challenge of this game is finding a way to quickly communicate with your team members and finding the most effective way to dispatch an enemy before time runs out. Fair prices will range between $25 and $29 Canadian. Our last casual top 5 game is called Guillotine, published by Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast and released in 1998. Taking place during the French Revolution, Guillotine is a hand management game that, as you guessed it, has a take that mechanic to send the most valuable noble to the guillotine. Players take turns using actions to manipulate the line of nobles and to obtain the highest total after 3 days. I like this game because it has only one component, cards, so it takes up very little room. Gameplay is simple. Players literally take the card closest to the guillotine or uses an action that will manipulate the line of nobles, then they draw the closest noble to the guillotine. What is unique about this game is that there are famous French nobles from the appropriate time period, including King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. Prices for Guillotine range between $15 and $25. So those are my top 5 casual board games in my collection. We can't expect everyone that joins us in game nights to enjoy board games, nor have the energy to invest time and energy into an intensive session in a game with many rules to remember. That is the reason why I typically always bring casual games with us to our weekly game nights. The best thing about them, despite them possibly being light on strategy, is they can be incredibly fun and cheaper than other games that have more components. That concludes today's video. Check my channel for other board game related videos or my blog, nightknowledge.com, for articles on gaming, photography, and interesting learning opportunities. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date on my latest videos, and leave a comment below to let me know what are your favorite casual games. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time.